Here's an animal, the largest land animal on Earth. Elephants can get to be up to 11,000 pounds. And while they may be big, they certainly aren't dumb. Elephants are some of the smartest animals around. There are two types of elephants, some that come from Africa and the others from India. To tell them apart, all you have to do is check out their ears.
The African elephant is the one with the big ears, and then the Asian has the smaller ears. But that's their air conditioning system because they don't have sweat glands, and so they get hot, and in order to get rid of the heat, they'll fan their ears. And God built them with blood vessels all through the surfaces of their ears.
If you ever look at an elephant's ear and you see the veins in back, you can see that some of them are about an inch across, which is quite large, so it can handle a large amount of blood.
And they can cool off as much as 10 degrees in a short period of time.
The elephant's trunk, while looking rather odd and unusual, give the elephant a powerful and versatile tool for eating, bathing, and work.
With its trunk, the elephant, first of all, it can smell, has incredible smelling ability. It drinks with its trunk, it fills it up with water, several gallons. Their trunk has 6 major muscle groups, but there's about 100,000 muscle units. An elephant can lift a 500-pound log, but it is so sensitive with that trunk that it can gently take a little thing out of the hand of a child. And a trunk can weigh 300 pounds. So you have a 300-pound trunk, and then tusks can weigh up to 200 pounds each. So he's got 400 pounds of tusk, he's got 300 pounds of trunk, and yet his head, the bone, is very porous. It's like God made his head so at least he didn't have to worry about a heavy bone type head. You wouldn't call him a bonehead, I guess, because it's very porous. So God made them that way to compensate for their size. If you look at the bones in the foot of an elephant, it's almost like God made a joke, because the elephant on the bones is walking on his tiptoes. And so here you have this huge animal tiptoeing around. Now you can't tell that by looking at his foot, because he has this huge fat pad and this fibrous tissue that he really walks on.
Weighing 10,000 pounds, that can put a lot of wear and tear on your bones. So they have a big cushion between the pad of their foot, which is the bottom of their foot, and the bones of their feet.
And he can walk silently. His feet are designed so that even a twig, if it snaps under his foot, it's muffled, and so he can walk almost silently. Many times elephants are walking along water holes and along rivers, and they will sink into the mud on the banks, and they can sink in 3 and 4 feet. You're thinking, this might be like a boot. How are they going to get it out, you see? Well, God made the elephant's legs so that as he begins to pull up on his leg, when it's surrounded with like dirt, mud, it decreases in diameter. And so it becomes a smaller leg and a smaller foot. And that way he doesn't have any problem at all.
Elephants live in close family groups and are excellent parents. They will fiercely guard their new calves, who can weigh 200 pounds at birth. While elephants have a long lifespan, they also seem to have a long memory.
Elephants in Africa have been watched for many years. Certain ones, they live to be very old, 60, 70 years old. And maybe one of them will die. And it's almost like they come and pay homage. They'll come and they'll hang around and their faces take on a sad look. And then maybe 2 years later, one of the elephants will come walking back by the spot where that elephant died, and maybe there's some of the bones left. And it's like they have a silent moment of prayer.